Hello, did it work? Am I live? I can't tell. I should turn the light on though. Is that a little better? Yeah, there we go. La la la. Hi everybody. Hopefully you see this. We just finished the premiere with the Hey Mrs. Living in Hope. Can you hear me? How are you doing? Uh-oh. Can you hear me? Okay. How are you doing? So ovulation happened. I sent a note to Jane today, the nurse over at Share, and I actually didn't even check to see if she responded. I have time, but I said in the last video that I would be starting on Thursday, but I don't think that's right because I think if I ovulated on Thursday, I think that means I start on Wednesday, 7 days later. But I'm waiting for her. I'm pretty good. It's cooled off, so I'm glad about that. What is the temperature like where you are? Is it cooled off there or is it super hot? I gotta get over there. Do a little beach time. Oh, you joined it late. It's okay. Super hot. Oh my God. Yeah, it was. And then we had rain here on, we had rain on Monday. We had rain Sunday night. We had rain on Monday. And then that helped cool it off. So that was nice. But the weekend, it was like triple digits, which is, hey, a Swafford story. Thanks for coming over. I'm so sorry about your grandfather. That is rough. I still remember when my grandmother passed away. I didn't know any of my grandfathers, but it was the second day of 8th grade, and it was the worst feeling. Phone rang early in the morning. There's something about our grandparents that is so special. So yeah, I'm sorry for your loss. Hi, Tara. Hello again. Thanks for coming over. How are you doing? Yeah. So, Mrs. Living in Hope, I know you said you joined the ovulation one late. I did ovulate. I reported it to the nurse today. Wednesday, I believe, is the day that I'll start, but I'm waiting on her instructions. I forgot to send her a note, so I didn't actually. I think I sent it like 3:30, which I don't know if they have summer Fridays, but we're not in a rush. Hey, Erilyn, how are you? Welcome, welcome. How are you? Where are you in your journey? What's going on? So that is it. I'm going to do the video about the folate. I know there was a question about it at the end. So when we take our blood test, they test for folate because that is what naturally is in the body. That's what like biologically is natural. Folic acid is the synthetic. So when I had my blood tested, it said that my folate was over 24, it was like 24.99. So it was like literally off the charts. However, I've been doing a lot of research and that's why I want to do a video. The actual natural supplement, your body processes it better, it utilizes it better. The synthetic one, it's got to convert to something else before your body can properly use it. So even if it's in your system, it doesn't mean it's actually being absorbed. And I think we all know, like, we need the folate when we're TTC, because when we get pregnant, it could help prevent like spina bifida and stuff, right? But there's some other stuff while I was researching about why it's important. And so that's why I want to do a video about the specifics of folate and like the recommended dosages and some of the benefits that it has while we're trying to conceive, whether naturally or with IVF. So, hi, Shisha. Pieces. Good evening. How are you doing? Yes, Mrs. Living in Hope, one step closer to baby. I'm glad I waited because if you think about it, it's really, I was thinking it was going to be 2 weeks later, but it's really only a week later because when I went to the doctor, what was it, on the 5th? I could have started that day with no priming. I just want to make sure I'm saying this right. I'm pulling up my calendar. So I went on the 15th, which was cycle day 4 for me. But I had originally gone in on the 10th thinking we were going to confirm ovulation. So if we had confirmed that day, I would have started my priming, not my priming, the priming, not the stimming. I would have started the priming for those 7 days, and I would have started my stims 10 days after that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the 20th. And now I should be starting, I think it's going to be the 31st. I'll be starting my priming. And the priming gives me a better shot than not priming. Yeah, so it's not that big of a deal. I know some people were like, hurry up and do it, or why don't you go? And some people were like, I totally understand why you're waiting. But I think that's the right decision for me, especially given my age. And I'm gonna do the PGS testing. I was on the fence about it before, but I've been reading up more on it, and I just think it makes sense for me at this point. So yeah, I don't know. A lot of you ladies had reached out and said that you regretted doing PGS testing because you would have wished you would have just transferred your embryos. And I was of that camp, but I think 2 miscarriages in, I need to know. And I know I'm not saying like having the PGS means no miscarriages, because it's not a guarantee. There are plenty of women, we know a lot of them on YouTube, who had their embryos PGS tested. They came back normal, and they still either miscarried or did not get implantation. So I know it's not a guarantee, but for my own sanity, I just feel like I need to do everything possible. And whether or not I believe in the science behind PGS testing, because the science community isn't 100%, in one camp or the other. Statistically, embryos that are PGS normal implant at a higher rate than untested embryos. So yeah, it's an added expense, but I think just for my head and my heart, that's what makes sense for me. Yes. Yeah, and I think whatever is right for my body, for my mind, all of us, we all have things that we're dealing with. Like TTC is not our only. We have a regular life and a job and a family and just normal stressors that everybody has. And I think when you add TTC on top of it, you have to figure out like, what can you withstand? What can you take? Like, what does your heart want? And yeah, I just think I have to be mindful of my heart as I move forward. So I'm trying to be very cautious and take all the steps that I need to take. And, with the doctor's advice, his recommendation was strongly that I prime, but he was like, we can go either way. There were follicles there. I just feel like this is the best path forward for me. So yeah, I'm trying to think what else is going on. Tara, where are you in your journey right now? And Shisha Pieces, where are you? It's a crazy roller coaster too. I think I was watching Love Tanya, and I was asking her this, and she just found out that she got a BFN. So my condolences to her. She's gonna take a month off. Her husband's in the military. I don't know if you guys watch her, but I was asking her in one of her lives, like, what do you do to keep from overdoing the relaxation? Because I feel like I'm like, okay, I gotta do yoga, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I have all these things, yoga, acupuncture. Now I'm going to a chiropractor. And then pretty soon that begins to be a whole schedule. And I feel like my anxiety gets heightened, which is the opposite. So I haven't been doing that. I did go to the chiropractor last week. I haven't been to yoga. I haven't been to acupuncture. I think once I need to call her. Either when I start priming or when I start stimming, I'll go back to acupuncture. But I don't want to be overscheduled. Hey, G family, how are you? Welcome. Elisa, is it Scow? And now do you pronounce it Inji Mama Love? I've watched your channel. Now I can't remember how you pronounce it. My TTC sister from the UK. If you guys haven't checked out her channel, check out her channel. She's in her 2-week wait. I think you're 12 DPO or 13 DPO right now. And she's been testing. G Family Chiropractor was interesting. So you ladies are the ones who recommended, or the TTC family. I always say ladies. So bad. TTC family recommended I do the chiropractor because I was scared of it. And then I thought, just in the way that some people are afraid of acupuncture, and I'm like, girl, you'll be fine. Maybe that's how my fear of the chiropractor is. So I went, we had a nice talk. It's walking distance from my office, so it's not like a crazy way to get there. And it was great. I actually felt relaxed afterwards. I felt aligned. Like, she does all these exercises. I don't know if you guys have gone, and it depends on like what's happening with your body. It's not the same every time I go, but like she'll put her knee in my back and pull it back. She has me doing these exercises with these bands. She told me that I need to do these exercises at my desk like every hour, and that's helped because I'm sitting like this most of the day at a computer. I'm not gonna lie, the first time, and she warned me, the first time I heard my neck pop, it freaked me out. My spine popped. But she said it sounds louder because I'm hearing it from in here, like when you chew on ice, it sounds louder to the person chewing on ice than the person hearing it. So after I got over that, but it doesn't hurt. It actually, as soon as she does it, it is releasing stress. It's kind of like if you pop your knuckles, which I know is a bad habit, but as a kid I did. It's that kind of relief. So I am liking it. Early, no. I had to buy a supplement called ashwagandha. Yes, need to do yoga to be relaxed. I like ashwagandha. I stopped taking it after my transfer for my IVF, and I never picked it up again because one of the TTC sisters told me it is not recommended during pregnancy. So I was like, well, if I have implantation, I don't want to be on it. I should have stayed on it. And then my anxiety got so bad, I just went right back to prescription meds. So I'm taking my Zoloft again. But ashwagandha was good. It was nice and relaxing. I'm doing the CBD oil, which I've done it like 2 days now, this new brand. I started the CBD oil earlier this year. That helps as well with the relaxing. Yes, Ingy. Thank you. Ingy Mama Love. Okay. I know Mrs. Living in Hope. I have to like ease up on all the scheduling though. I need to like remember that it's for self-care and that it's meant to be relaxing. So if I'm like stressing myself out, trying to get out of the office early, get on the subway, you know what I mean? Like I need to like just ease up on all of it, whether it means going less, which I have been. I haven't been to my Friday yoga class in about 2 months, which I feel fine. Because getting there was more stressful than the stress it was relieving, if that makes sense. Oh, Angie is 12 DPO. Yeah, you guys check her channel out. It's she's got some good stuff on there. And I actually went over there when I didn't ovulate after like day 9. I checked out her video. She left a comment and she went up to like, she did day 11. I think you ovulated on day 20. I won't tell you guys all. You guys go over to her channel. She's got it all covered over there. Hey, Tara. Taking ovulation tests but never getting to the peak and my AF hasn't shown yet. I'm still hanging in there. How many days, Tara, have you been testing? It's weird. Our bodies change each cycle. Like this cycle, it was, I could feel everything happening. Last cycle, I don't know what happened. Good night, Nicole. Reflexology, and it's amazing. It's helping with ovulation. And oh, nice. I haven't tried reflexology. Hey, Leah's mom. Oh, so anything that helps massage, yoga, reading. Oh, that's nice. Reading is good too. I've been doing that a little bit more, like actual physical reading and not on a digital screen. Yeah, those are good things. G family, you told me it didn't hurt. Was that you? I can't remember. Yeah, it didn't. It was good. It was good. And now I'm like, there's one thing she does where she twists my whole head. That's the only one I feel like I can't do myself. But she's giving me these exercises and like how far. So my area that we're working on is neck and shoulders because that's where I carry my tension. So I feel like my posture has been better. But I was scared. I was like, I heard all kinds of crazy things. But it's just like when people are like, they're scared of acupuncture. So don't judge. I did go. I'm supposed to ovulate. Hi, Hester, tomorrow, according to my CTP app, but I'm taking inositol maca to try and get all to occur. Nice. Yeah, I think that inositol helped me definitely. I also did the maca, which for me, what I can tell specifically is it helps with my cervical mucus because I definitely had like noticeable cervical mucus this time. Last time, not so much. But I also think I was more stressed. Last time there were changes going on at work, like my manager had resigned and some other stuff. So I think like my cortisol was too high. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like kicking it old school. Maca root, inositol, relaxing. I've been using I don't know, I always say infuser where you put the water in and the oils. I've got the lavender oil. I always mess up the name, but I've been using that. Hester, I hope O happens for you tomorrow. Ashwagandha is good for strengthening the sperm too. Oh, I didn't know that. NG Mama Love, that's good to know. G family, you have a lot of appointments too. So how do you manage it? Like, do you go 1 week with appointments, 1 week without. Because I'm finding now I just like to come home and relax, watch some YouTube or cook dinner and just kind of wind down. Cooking dinner has become very relaxing for me lately. Arlen, inositol maca helps for ovulation. Yes, yeah. Waiting for peak. G family, okay. Hey, Ariana, how are you, sis? What's good? Cycle day 29 to cycle day 34. Ooh, okay. And how long are your cycles usually, Tara? AF is irregular, so I never know. Okay, when to start testing. I gotcha. I gotta say, drinking more water has helped my. Yeah, that is true too, NG Mama. That is a that's a good point because it's been so warm. I have definitely been drinking more water. I think fluids in general help. That's a good point. I try to do some 1 week and others the next. Yeah, I think that's. I just have to like. I have to sort it out. I have to like get a schedule, which is what scares me. But I think my tendency is to plan, and then I'm overbooked for things, and that's what I have to not do. Oh, I know what I was looking at too. Again, overscheduled. The sensory deprivation tanks. Has anyone tried that? I saw that on Tanika TTCs. It's the saltwater tanks, and it's in total darkness, and you're floating. So you are just without any weight, without any light, without any sound. It does say you can bring like your music, your iPod if you want or whatever, but it puts you in a totally meditative state. So I was reading about that. I haven't done it, but I'm interested in that. Let me know if you guys have tried it. Yeah, it definitely gets tiring. Evening primrose oil caps and omega-3 help with cervical mucus. Also, yes, they do, Leah's mom. I was using them before. Then I was worried because evening primrose is an omega-6. And I think I wasn't taking my fish oil caplets. And so I was just trying to keep it balanced. But now I'm back on like 1,200 milligrams of fish oil. Like I just went back to the basics because I feel like after we do this a while, it can get very like tedious of like, I have to take these vitamins, I have to do. So some of the stuff I had stopped doing. And then, which I shouldn't have getting ready to go into the IVF cycle. I should have been like, all hands on deck, but I am now. So everything that I know that has worked in the past, I've done so far this cycle. And this is only my priming cycle. So hopefully next Wednesday I prime. I'm going to double up on my ubiquinol when I start that priming. It sounds like I'm a pump priming, like priming the well. But I'll do that because the idea is that you're getting the follicles as they're being recruited. And so why not? Kung Panda. Hello, Kung Panda. Royal jelly capsule. You know what? I don't take the capsule. Sometimes I put it in the smoothie. I will say the last week I have not put it in there, mainly because I've been lazy and didn't want to climb up on the cabinet and get it. I have to get on a ladder. But I've been doing maca root and maca root, collagen, and berries, which are always good antioxidants, blueberries and blackberries in there. Yeah. But royal jelly was good for me, especially when my FSH was high. That was one of the things I did. Oh, I'm doing wheatgrass too. Wheatgrass with ginger, which some days it tastes good and some days it tastes really earthy, like in the way that beets taste earthy. So yeah, you have to be up for it. Yes, Mrs. Living and Hope. Oh my God, taking the supplements can be so overwhelming. You guys have seen my supplement pack, laying them out, getting them in order, remembering to take them. So yeah, what I've been doing is like reframing it that I'm feeding nutrients to the baby so that it doesn't feel like a chore. But I've been TTC now for 2 years, and so on and off with the supplements for 2 years. It just gets to be a lot. But I'm going into this hoping that we get enough eggs out of this IVF cycle. They get tested, and there's enough that test well. I'm up for doing 2 different retrievals, but I don't think I want to do any more than that because I think I just need like healthy stopgaps for what does the end look like for me from a mental and financial standpoint, right? So, but yeah, the supplements can be overwhelming. I think all of it can be overwhelming if we don't figure out how to manage it and ask the questions of like, do I need to be doing this? Is this essential? Is that not essential? Because we're more than our fertility or lack thereof, right? And like we're whole human beings, so we should get to have whole lives and not every thing, every free moment be like about TTC. Hi Charmaine, how are you? Have I heard of mine? Yes, I have. I just talked about it in the video that was on before. It is, I have that, the Folate, which is myo-inositol and folate, which helped me ovulate this time around. Well, I won't say it helped. I will say it helped encourage it, I haven't heard of MSM. The L-carnitine, acetyl L-carnitine, I think I have I have that and L-arginine. I've heard of both of those. I haven't used them though. I'm using, what is it? NAC is what I think it's short for. I am using that. I'm doing 1,000 milligrams of that, which I think I'll double when I'm doing my priming as well. So I'm going to double my ubiquinol, and I'm going to double the NAC, which is a powerful antioxidant. You can't beat fresh root ginger in hot water. Oh my goodness, so good with lemon. Yes, it's been great. Oh my goodness, yeah. Do you chop it up or do you grate it? I've been trying to grate it. I've been making a mess with the ginger, but yeah, I love fresh ginger. It's so good. Early supplement. My mom told me, "Are you selling drugs?" Oh my God, right? All those supplements. It's true. Hello, Charmaine Henderson's husband. He's saying hello to the fertility fam. He's saying hello. I will let you know if it works. Oh, awesome. Okay. Yeah, I've been taking it. I'm going to get up. Let's see. I'm on the floor. I'm going to grab that and I'm going to grab the NAC. Let me get my leg out of the table. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see. So this is the one that I'm taking, Charmaine. It's the Folate. And it's similar. This one is $10 cheaper than Pregnitude because someone else asked me. I used to take the Pregnitude, which I think is $29.95, and this is $19.95. Which maybe you can get on sale. I don't know if they have it on sale I get mine on Amazon. I don't know if they have it. It's a Fairhaven product, so you might get a discount over there. But it has 2,000 milligrams of myo-inositol and 200 milligrams of the quatrefolate. And then this is the NAC, which is, I have a video on it. I don't want to butcher. It doesn't even have the full name. It's an acronym. Oh, there it is. N-acetylcysteine, which I think is what you're referring, except yours says L. I'm going to put it, hopefully I can get it close enough to the camera and you can see that. Is it backwards? It's backwards. Okay. Sorry, guys. But anyway, so I'm doing 1,000 milligrams, and I'm saying when I start my priming, I'm going to up this to 2,000 milligrams. So I'll take 2 tablets. And then I've added this, which is the natural form of the folate. Because after doing research, I realized this one is, I don't want to say processed. What is the word? It is, let me think of it. Not processed. What is the word? Like basically broken down better by the body. It's used more efficiently than these others. Now, these are like trademark to have better breakdown, but it's still synthetic, and this is not synthetic. And then, of course, eating food. I always feel like I talk about supplements, assuming that everybody's eating healthy, but like spinach and other stuff has folate in it as well. So you don't have to take a supplement at all. You can get it in your food if you're diligent about it. Oh, you peel yours. Okay. Oh, nice. Oh, I never thought of that. Okay. I usually just put it in the water and add lemon to it. It's like kind of like a ginger tea is what I'm making, I guess. Oh, hey, Tanika TTC. How are you? Good evening. Were your ears burning? I've talked about a couple of things I saw on your channel. sensory deprivation, which the salt water, I was looking into that for relaxing, and I can't remember what else, but we talked you up. Oh, Manuka honey in it, nice. I have been using the organic honey and agave, but I'm about to do the Whole30, so I'm not gonna do any sweeteners, but we'll see. Hey Kim Thomas, how are you? Welcome. The neck. Oh yes, Charmaine. I think the other one that you mentioned is similar to the neck. So yeah, that's what is going on. Things are progressing well. Try not to be overscheduled and trying to stay cool. Um, oh, you just got back from the grocery store? Yay! Well, I'm glad you saw it. We did a premiere. I was having trouble uploading. This video was meant to go earlier today, and for some reason it didn't. I couldn't get it uploaded, so I had to like save it to a hard drive and then upload that to YouTube instead of uploading directly to YouTube. Oh yes, dried apricots. I love dried apricots. I eat those all the time. The Turkish ones, so good. Iron and folate. Okay, I've been told one apricot is equivalent to 4 bowls of spinach. Nice. I love spinach too. I'm having some later. And I've been putting spinach in some of my smoothies. Spinach and guac. You can't taste them, but it definitely helps fortify them. But spinach, I don't know, like I can have like 2 bunches and then I feel like by the time I'm done, I have a teaspoon of it to eat when I cook it. That's my favorite way to have it. But I end up doing it like eggs or salads just so it feels like I'm full. But yeah, I love spinach and garlic. That's my favorite. Erlene, ovulation problems. Are you ovulating? So early in last cycle, we weren't sure either I ovulated early or I didn't ovulate at all. By the time we tested, it was hard to tell. And then my cycle started. So I had like a 23-day cycle. It could have been either withdrawal bleeding or it could have been that I ovulated early. So, which was the first time that's not the first time. That also happened to me in July of 2017. But I feel like I was taking melatonin and that's what caused the delay or the awkwardness of it. But this time I didn't want to have any problems because I wanted to ovulate on my own for the IVF. If I didn't ovulate on my own, we were going to have to do another treatment plan, which wasn't the end of the world, but I wouldn't get to do the priming. Like we'd have to do either birth control or we'd have to do, typically when you don't ovulate, you're not going to have a period, which is why we think that I did. But either you have to do the Prevera, that's what it is, to bring about a period, or do the birth control so you don't have it's not really a period, you have withdrawal bleeding. So I brought out the myo-inositol and the other, I was using the maca, everything basically that I could think of to help encourage my body to ovulate on its own. So typically I don't have an ovulation problem, but last cycle it was a little worrisome. Does that make sense? Told me I have to do a hormone test, which can be done only on my second day of periods. So that one, Erlene, is probably your FSH that they want to test. They usually test it, well, the ones that I've been to, all the doctors are different. They test it between cycle day 2 and cycle day 4. And it's your follicle stimulating hormone. If it's extremely elevated during that period, it means your body is struggling to get your eggs ready and to ovulate, which is kind of counterintuitive. Normally we want higher numbers, but typically they want to see it below 10. 10 to 20 is okay. Like if you're doing fertility meds, anything over 20, typically people don't respond. So they want to see it below that. But they will also test your E2, your estradiol, because it has a relationship with your FSH, as well as your luteinizing hormone. It's not always a predictor of ovulation, though. And then typically they'll do like a cycle day 21 or 7 days post ovulation test to confirm ovulation, which then they'll be looking at your progesterone because it should increase, right, after you ovulate, what your E2 is and what your luteinizing hormone is. So those 3 hormones will kind of paint a picture of if you've ovulated. So that might be what she's talking about, but I would see if I can get clarification from her if my doctor were saying it to me. Oh, I'm so glad you're getting some sleep, NG Mama Love. Good night, and I can't wait for tomorrow's video. Sending you lots and lots of baby dust. Bye. Thank you. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. On that note, I don't know. Does anyone have anything else? I think we've been on for a minute. I can't tell where. Oh, it's been 30 minutes. There we go. I think that was all I wanted to cover, unless anybody else has any other questions. Erlene, did that make sense? Hopefully, I'm saying your name right. Did that make sense about the testing? Um, and Charmaine, are you taking it? Are you doing IVF or are you doing IUI? You're taking the supplements. Where are you kind of in your journey? Okay. Yes. Leah's mom. Oh my God. Okay, so this time the ladies recommended to me to use Easy at Home. And that one was the one where I got the clear, strong, positive. I had started off with the Wanfos. The Wanfo eventually got positive. It was a day later and it wasn't as strong. So it's not like it's bad, but for me, the Easy at Home was clear and certain. The digital, it's at least the advanced digital. Not a fan anymore. Not a fan. And they're expensive. There's a lot of, it's really based on timing. Like, I don't know if you saw the video earlier tonight. I tested it a day later after I got the positive, and it just said low, which is not outside of normal, but I would have felt more comfortable if it would at least just went to peak and didn't do a flashing, but it depends on, I guess, where I was. There's a lot of hype in that. I think the old school ones, it's easier to just see those. And the Easy at Home was the one that has been without issue for me. Hi, Gustavo. Oh, from Greenwich Village. Hey, Greenwich Village. Nice. Thank you, Gustavo. Um, So, Arlene, if you are, I mean, we were all new at some point. Trust me, when all this started, I didn't even know what a TTC was. I just started looking at like having children or pregnant at 45 or 46 because that's where I found myself. And then I went in all these chat rooms. There are definitely a lot of boards you can go on. Um, Basically, when you first start with your fertility treatments, they want to get you started and like understand, okay, where are you right now, right? So what is your FSH? So they can figure out what are the best plans of treatment for you. And then there should be just like basic tests of like, I'm trying to think of what else. It's been so long. What did I do? HSG, where they made sure like my tubes were open and everything looked good. I did a saline sonogram, but a year later, to check the lining of my uterus. So I had a polyp removed. The numbers can be a little bit scary. So I would say talk to your doctor about it, go through it all. Because sometimes what I found is if you don't do research first before going in, they'll just say, oh, it looks within range. Or they'll say, it's good for your age. That's what I got a lot. And I didn't know what the hell that meant. So I wanted to dig down into the numbers. Like, what do these ranges mean? What's ideal, what's not ideal, what direction might you go? Because I feel like then I get to partner with my healthcare professional, and I feel like that's important. This is time consuming, it's emotional, it's expensive. So the more information we have, the more conversational we can be with our healthcare providers about this, I think the better. So like we all start somewhere. They'll do those tests and then you'll know. It's good to know that FSH changes every cycle. So if they're like, oh, because I had one where it was 50 and then it's come down since then. Some doctors will say, well, if it gets that high, that's an indication of X, Y, and Z. Fair enough. But I think realizing that FSH changes every month is also helpful. And there are things that you can do, exercise, resting, all those kind of things to take care of yourself to help improve your FSH. Because when you're stressed, when any of us are stressed, it does weird things to our hormones, not just women, men and women. So when you're stressed in your TTC, you could negatively impact your hormones. And we know it has to be like a well orchestrated symphony for TTC for everything to go off, right? Prolactin is so high, I had milk coming. Okay. Oh, that's a good point. So prolactin they should look at, thyroid they should look at, Oh my God, help me out, ladies. What else should they be looking at? Um, your vitamin levels. They should run lots of tests to get a good picture of like where you are. Hi, Jan Joy. The video just showed tonight. I ovulated. Well, I got a positive on Tuesday and I ovulated yesterday. So we will be priming starting next Wednesday, I believe. The Dollar Tree ovulation test, and if not, what would you recommend? Hester, I haven't used the Dollar Tree ovulation test. I haven't been in a Dollar Tree. I was gonna say we don't have them here, but we might. I know I can go online. I don't know about the Dollar Tree. I use the ones that I get on Amazon, which the Easy at Home, which was recommended to me, and I got the best result from that. But I don't know. There's a bunch. I read Clinical Guard also was good. I got the Wanfo. It worked, but it wasn't as sensitive as the Easy at Home. So I think the cheapy ones, like you buy them, it's 30 in a pack, and there's nothing fancy. I think those are the best way to go, especially if you want to test a lot. Like this last week, I was testing twice a day. So, there are better places for your money to go than to be peed on. High prolactin could cause ovulation issues. Thank you, Mrs. Living in Hope. Yes. Dollar Tree is good, but only the dark pink box. Oh, thanks, Jan Joy. Good to know. Yeah. So many things for us, like so many pieces, like this Pre-Mom app. I wish I had used it sooner. But I bought that thermometer. That's a thing too, ladies. Like when we're trying, I feel like there's so many ways to be parted with our money. So it's good to research and figure out like what's what. And I am guilty of it. I have, like, when I wanted that one thermometer, I got that when I went with the app. Now I'm stuck with that app because the thermometer, it doesn't show the temperature on there. You have to sync it with your Bluetooth to your phone to show it. So it's not like I can get rid of the app, but it's useless for reading OPK. So now I'm in the Pre-Mom app. So sometimes I know we get into a hurry. I am guilty of it. If we just like take a moment, we might save a few bucks. I mean, the whole thing is expensive, and when we're successful with our BFPs, we got to get these babies through college. So anywhere we can save money, we should take advantage of it. Oh, you take medication for high prolactin? Okay. Discharger. So how does that work, Mrs. Living in Hope? You have to continue taking the medication always, or like you take it for a certain period and then it will go down? And did it impact your ovulation? I know I just threw a whole bunch at you. Take your time. Okay, so Erlyn also is having issues with her ovulation because of her high prolactin. Okay, trying to find something about that. I know there are some videos. Mrs. Living in Hope, did you do a video on high prolactin? I know I've seen some. High prolactin and thyroid. Although I don't know if thyroid impacts ovulation. I just know it impacts fertility. But yeah. Definitely Google Erlyn. Is it Erlyn or Erlene? Hopefully I'm not butchering your name. But definitely Google. Or there's like, what are the... Baby Center has a good chat group. Fertility Friendly apps have chat groups as well. But I think if you do like high prolactin TTC on Google, you should come up with some stuff. Okay. Oh, the tumor, Mrs. Living in Hope. Love Tanya had the pituitary tumor that was causing it. That is I forgot about that. Okay. So, Erlyn, it sounds like Mrs. Living in Hope is saying they have to check to see that you don't have a tumor. If you don't, then they prescribe medication. Charmaine Henderson, acupuncture. Yes, Charmaine. I love acupuncture. I was saying earlier, I think before you joined, I just have to not be overscheduled. I was doing too much, but I do love acupuncture. I definitely feel relaxed afterwards. And I don't know, my acupuncturist is like very calming and soothing, and just having like hands on me was just very circle of life. I just felt like that was one of the women in my circle helping, bring forth my fertility and my baby. And so I love acupuncture. It's just a matter of getting there because I would schedule it like right after work, and it's a whole other story. But the actual acupuncture is amazing. Clomid, 150 milligrams. I don't know if that's a lot or not. I use Femera, so I know it's like 2.5, 5, 7.5. Is 150 a lot? Is that in the middle? Leah's mom. Lack of ovulation. None of my hormone tests came back out of range, which sucks because it's hard to find the problem. Interesting. Do you have PCOS, Leah's mom, or anything else? Like, have you always had a problem with ovulation, or is that new? What is that tumor again? Oh my God, Arlene, you probably don't have a tumor. But if you love Tanya, if you're interested in someone who ended up having one, it's LOVE and then underscore TAUNYA. If you go to her channel, she's also on a TTC journey, and she talks about having the tumor, the pituitary tumor. But it was nothing like drastic. It's just impeding her ability to conceive. It's manageable. It's not like what am I trying to say? It's not life-threatening. Oh my God, I don't know how to pronounce that. Mrs. Living in Hope. Cryptine for the past 2 years. I didn't use it for a few months. It was within normal range. And then it spiked again, so I pretty much take it all the time. Okay, and then that brought your prolactin down. Okay. Oh, okay. So love Tanya and Chris plus Joe, that's also another TTC channel. They have it. The tumor will generally shrink with meds. Okay. Don't panic, Erlene. We're not trying to scare you. It's just information. You probably don't have it. Just check it out. How the doctors will look for you. Right. It's not life-threatening. It's just an annoyance that will impact your fertility and is one of the reasons that your prolactin could be spiking. So the more information, the better. I know it sounds scary, but the more the doctors know, the better. It helps them come up with like a treatment plan to help you be successful on your fertility journey. It just affects fertility. Okay, thank you, Mrs. Living Hope. Why home? Hi. Oh, you're using the bromocryptine. So did you have high prolactin? Is that why you're using it? Why home? And did you see it go down? I guess for you guys who know you have high prolactin, how frequently are they testing? Because I was tested for it. I didn't have it, so I only get it like once a year. But I imagine if they're putting you on the meds, they have to monitor and make sure, like, A, the meds are working, and B, is it the right dosage? Oh, it's the highest the doctor will take. You do have PCOS. Okay, but a milder type because my hormone tests are always within range. I'm not insulin resistant, but I do have a lot of cysts. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Are they willing to try Femera on you, or is Clomid? I only say because a lot of Clomid can thin out your uterine lining, and there are just other things that come with the PCOS. But the inositol is also recommended for helping women with PCOS ovulate. I found that in some of the research studies. I mean, you can look them up and search them out yourself, but there was it's frustrating, I know. One, not knowing when you're going to ovulate. And then two, I think women who have really long cycles, that's frustrating too, because I see in the chats, like, if your cycle is like 40 days, that means you're not going to get 12 chances in a year. So you have to be really precise about tracking your ovulation. But then having an irregular cycle or not knowing if you're going to ovulate is also frustrating, especially when you're taking the meds hoping that it will happen. Yeah, I'm sorry, babe. Yes. All right, ladies, that is now 44 minutes. I think I'm going to wrap it up. Is there anybody who has any other questions or comments before we go? Thank you guys all for hanging out with me. Do me a favor before you go. Give the video a thumbs up. I can't see how many we have in here. I think there's 23 watching and there's 5 thumbs up. So if all of you ladies can hit the thumbs up for me, that'd be great. Why home? You started taking meds last year. I believe tests are yearly because I just took another a few months ago. Okay. And so I'm assuming you saw improvement. Why home? Yes, Erlene, you are most welcome, and I'm always here. If you just drop me a note in the comments or DM me over on Instagram, I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Yeah, I hope everything works out. There'll be a lot of testing and there'll be some waiting, but I'm sure that after that your doctor will have like a good solid plan for you, which is the good news. So it's just like a matter of getting over the hump. Thank you, Mrs. Living in Hope. I appreciate that. All right, ladies, that's all. I will see you later. There'll be another video up next week, probably Friday, but no later than Friday. Let's claim that. No later than Friday. All right, have a good weekend, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye. Mwah. Mwah. Baby, that's to us all.